Today we're going to dive into a really fascinating guide to focus that was written, get this, all the way back in 1918. It's called The Power of Concentration, and we're about to see if its secrets can help us in our crazy modern world of distraction.
So let me start with a question. Do you ever feel completely overwhelmed? You know, like your attention is being pulled in a million different directions at once and it's just impossible to focus on what actually matters?
Well, if you said yes, you're definitely not alone. And while it's so easy to blame our phones or social media, the truth is, this is not a new problem. The fight to control our own minds has been a core human challenge for a very, very long time.
In fact, the book we're looking at today was written way back in 1918. That's over a century ago, which just goes to show you that people were searching for ways to find deep, meaningful focus long before the internet ever existed.
The author, Theron Q. Dumont, really cut right to the chase with this simple truth. He knew then what we know now. If you want to achieve anything worthwhile, in your job, in your personal life, whatever, it all comes down to your ability to really focus your mind on it.
Okay, so what did he actually mean by concentration? It's a word we throw around all the time, right? But this book gives it a very specific and, honestly, a pretty powerful definition.
See, this isn't just about paying attention. The book describes concentration as an active, deliberate choice. It's about you consciously gathering up all of your mental and even your physical energy and aiming it like a laser beam at one single thing. It's all about self-mastery.
And here's where it gets really interesting. The book makes this crucial distinction between true concentration and what it calls abstraction, which is basically just mind-wandering. Concentration is active, it's willed, and it builds mental strength. Mind-wandering, on the other hand, is passive. It's a sign of a mind that's just letting outside thoughts take over.
So here's the best part. Concentration isn't some magical talent you're either born with or you're not. The book treats it like a muscle. And just like any muscle, it can be trained, it can be developed, and it can be made incredibly strong with practice. To really hammer this point home, the book shares this great little anecdote. It's a story that perfectly shows how having one single, long-term goal that you focus on can literally shape your entire reality. It's such a simple story, right? But the message is so profound. That little button became the focal point for all his concentration. Every decision he made, every single day, was guided by that one powerful intention he held in his mind year after year until it actually happened.
So, how do you build this mental muscle? Well, the book gives these incredibly simple, almost old-fashioned exercises. The thinking is, if you can't even control your own body, how are you going to control your mind? So things like sitting perfectly still or giving someone your absolute undivided attention in a conversation, they're all designed to train your will to hold your focus.
Okay, so let's talk about the payoff. What do you get for all this training? The book is really clear that mastering concentration isn't just some abstract mental game. It brings real, tangible, life-changing rewards. First up, you get something the book calls mental poise. A concentrated mind is a calm mind. And why is that? Well, because a focused mind isn't being jerked around by 100 different worries or what-ifs. It's on a single track that you chose, and that makes you pretty much unshakable, even under pressure. Next, it promises actual, measurable success in business or your career. And this isn't just about working harder. The argument is that by applying the full force of your mind to one problem at a time, you start to see solutions and opportunities that a scattered mind would totally miss.
Concentration also gives you the power to break bad habits. So how does that work? Well, think of a bad habit as just a path you've worn into your brain over time. By consciously concentrating on a new positive action, you're actively carving a new path. And the old one, it just kind of grows over from not being used. And finally, it builds true, unshakable courage. The book argues that things like fear, doubt, and anxiety, they're all products of a scattered, uncontrolled mind. When you master your focus, you basically starve those negative thoughts of the attention they need to survive. What's left is a solid foundation of confidence.
So the book lays it all out for us, what concentration is, how to build it, and all the incredible things it can do for you. But it ends by making a really important point. This power isn't just for a select few. It is available to every single one of us.
And this is the challenge the author leaves us with. It all boils down to this one question. It's not about whether you have the ability. You do. We all do. The only question is whether you'll make the choice to actually do the work.
And that brings everything right back to this present moment. This isn't about some massive 5-year plan. It's about your next task, your next conversation, maybe even just the next 5 minutes of stillness. The power of concentration is built one choice at a time. So the only real question is, what are you going to concentrate on right now?